Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm Will Dragon, and we are playing Timberborn. That's right, the game where you get to make beautiful communities with your own set of beavers. Now, we are starting a brand new map today. We are on craters, and as you can see, I am about to start the beautiful community of Fran Beaver. Go ahead and hit start. Now I'm going to, of course, pause immediately. We are playing this on hard mode, and full disclosure, we do have a couple of mods enabled. First off, my beautiful cursor, as you can see, because the actual mouse cursor, which is just a normal white Windows mouse, looks disgusting. Other than that, like I said, full disclosure, we do have the Dutch windmill. It's basically the same as a normal windmill, but it is completely standalone because it comes with its own power source. After that, we have a couple of extra power shafts. Just, again, help us do things, get around. A little bit extra. And then we have, in the pathing, we have the vertical ladder. Other than that, there are no other mods in terms of buildings. There is unstuckify, so that we can trust our beavers to build things with a little bit more independence, because, well, quite frankly, they can get themselves unstuck now. And so, this first episode, we need to basically build up this community before the first drought hits. So the droughts on this are going to be much harsher than they usually are. As I said, we are playing on hard mode. The droughts on hard mode are on average twice as long as temperate weather. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, can we make it through this episode and survive our first drought? So, first thing we need to do, we're going to need lots and lots of wood. So, I'm going to go and make sure I can grab all of the wood that is available to me. So, he can get all of that back there. And then I'm going to stick this guy just in here. He can get most of this. We're going to stick a couple of guys up here ready for this as well. We do have a natural ramp going down there. And then I'm going to stick something just opposite him right there. Now, let's go ahead and path these up. And then we're going to go and give 2 more guys working in here. And with that, we're going to go ahead and press play on normal speed, because there are many things that we also still need to keep doing. I'm going to go ahead and get a forager in there to start getting us a few of these berries. Keep our food supply that little bit higher. And then after we've gone and gotten berries, one of the first things we need to be looking at is water. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of water pumps. I'm going to go and stick one there and one there. Now, of course, we'll wait for them to finish building what they're building. Whoops, let's quickly pause, because I have not marked any of these trees for cutting. And yep, let's go ahead and get everything included in there. Okay, so all of the trees are now marked for cutting. Let's go ahead and continue at this lovely leisurely pace for now. And of course, we do only have 8 adult beavers, so we do need to keep an eye on who works where. All 8 are now currently occupied. That's fine. I'm going to go and take one off there, and they can then come and fill up this gathering post. Okay, and so after these 2, we're going to put this as our top priority. Of course, let's go and path these up as well. And then, after we've gone and grabbed these, we will need some water storage. I'm going to go ahead and simply start with 1 quick tank in there. That will be the second priority after this water pump. And so that shouldn't take too long. We've got 3 builders going. We've got 4 beavers gathering us some wood. And we're going to get a couple of extra berries in as well. And then, so after that, we will, of course, need storage for a few bits here and there. I'm not too worried about getting storage for my berries right now. I will, of course, need to sort out my food. So I will need an efficient farmhouse. That will go and cost me 25 logs. So there's no rush whatsoever. We have enough stuff down here for well over 30 logs. So we will keep things moving along as they are. This guy's gone and gathered some berries already. We'll have him gather a few more, because then obviously once they're gathered, they can already start regrowing. Let's go up to 2 speed. I think we've got things roughly going in the right direction. I'm going to go and take another guy off there. Of course, the most important thing right now is to keep getting in as many logs as fast as possible so we can keep building all of our buildings with 0 delay as close to as possible. So this guy, of course, is now full. Let's go ahead and pause that. Let's, of course, select this for water. And so then with that, we can go and put this guy back up to 3. And he can go and rearrange where he works. And of course, we are going to need a couple of inventors as well. But I think we can. Let's go ahead and pause a second just whilst I work this out. Carrots, what is it? 4 days. In a day, 3 beavers can do about 24. So you want about 100 carrots. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so close to being 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. I mean, that's going to be enough to feed the community. And of course, we want to go ahead and build ourselves... Whoa, not an aquatic farmhouse. Calm yourself down there. Who do I think I am? Let's go and place you in there. And of course, path you up. Very nice, very nice. You are now going to become a top priority. You are... No, you can stay as you are in terms of priority. And then I also want to go and get another water tank. In fact, let's put you as top priority. Let's drop you down to 2nd. Let's still keep getting you going. Okay, let's go back. Let's keep things moving. We are coming to the end of our first day. We're going to have about 7 or 8 days to get ourselves ready for this first drought. We still do have, I think, about 3 cycles guaranteed with no bad tide, even on hard mode. And then I believe it's the same percentage as it is on normal. I think it's still a 40% chance of having a bad tide. All of these, of course, if you are playing the game yourself, you can easily go see what all of the numbers are. If you click on whatever difficulty you so choose and then click on the customize button, it tells you what all of the numbers are, and then, of course, you can adjust them to your own gameplay. And so, I mean, we don't need anything in terms of structuring right now. We are very much going to need an inventor. That does go and cost me 12 logs. Let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. I mean, we just need to get through the night cycle. We so far have a request for 45 logs. So I won't go and request an inventor be built quite yet. And of course, we still have 4 kits waiting to grow up. There you go. Dawn has arrived. Let's get everything moving along once more. Are they eating? Yes, they are eating the berries out of here. I will... at some point, maybe tomorrow even, go and put the gatherer back on. He can gather a few more berries. Nice. We have another water tank. And we are constructing our 2nd pump. Very nice, very nice. And with the logs we have left, we can take 1 beaver back out of there. I would love for these guys to grow up. We can start getting our farmhouse on the go. I will, of course, then get everything planted, because then we have 4 days to wait for it all to grow, so I can then take away all of the workers for 4 full days. We will keep these guys going. I will probably take one away from here. Probably a couple of my... probably not my loggers. I don't know. I will have to see who I am willing to take away. Maybe one of my loggers I will take away. Whilst I get all of this planted. Go and drop one of you off. Let's go and pause you. That gets me 3 workers. Somebody just grew up as well. That is fantastic. Beautiful timing. And so, of course, yes, minus on happiness because we do have a currently thirsty beaver. And then I am going to place 2 more water tanks down there. Now, in terms of storage as well, we do need a medium warehouse. We can probably go and get one of those quite easily. I'm going to go and... First, I'm going to go for the inventors, I think. Go for 1 inventor. Now, of course, they should build these in the order I've placed them, so these 2 should get built first. Let's, of course, go and select those as water. Okay, everything is looking okay. We will get this turned back on shortly. And gather another 20 of these berries. Go ahead and fast forward through the night. We have a drought approaching in just 3 days, ladies and gentlemen. Just 3 days. Alright, so now I am going to need 60 logs to build a little dam over here. To make sure everything keeps going. I am hoping my pumps are enough to fill up these tanks I'm creating. Have another tank. We do have a couple of tanks, but they're not really getting filled. Oh, no, that one got a nice bit of 7 water in it. Okay, yeah, they are slowly getting filled. Now, one of these tanks basically gives my current beaver population about 1 day's worth of water, give or take. So, you know, this could end up being 4 or 5 days, so having all of these filled is the safety margin. Now, I think it's only 2.5 days away. We are getting... Of course, you can now be paused. Go ahead and unpause you. And go ahead and turn. I think there might still end up being one of you missing. That's fine. Let us go and we need to block this off. Now, of course, you want to try and grab as much water as possible, but I'm also very much aware of the fact that the bigger I make this, the longer it's going to take to build and the more resources it will cost me. And of course, also going diagonal actually makes it much, much harder to build. Much more efficient, but much harder to build. Now, of course, I mean, I could path it through here. Again, it makes the path a bit longer. Means things will take a bit longer to get built. I mean, I can easily do a path of 3, and that's not going to go and cost me too much, I think. Let's get it in there. And let's path this up so that it can get built. And let's mark all of these as top priority. With the extra builders now back in, this should go a lot faster. We're going to get some more berries back in as well. These are all going to take another 3 days to grow, so absolutely no need to worry about those. Okay, let's go and pause that guy. Let's go and unpause this guy, because there's no wood in this one. Can't have you simply sat around not doing anything. There is plenty to get done. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Okay, we will have 2 days left to finish building all these. We should be okay. We have the logs. We have the materials. We are starting to fill up our third water tank. And by the time the drought comes, it will basically be time to harvest us some carrots. Beautiful, another beaver grew up. I think we're going to be okay, folks. I think we're going to be okay. I need to make sure we don't run out of food. That is often something that I end up leaving a bit too late, but I think we've put it in really early this time. So I think I'm going to be okay. And this is far more than enough carrots to feed my current population. And so let's look at storage. Let's look at that medium warehouse now. We will put that down a little bit of a lower priority. Because quite frankly, we need the carrots before we can fill it up. Now, I'm not going to build a berry storage just yet. I will eventually. I like having a full berry storage, even if it is just, 200 or maybe a big storage, depending on where you are in the game. Because it just serves as a really good backup. Having, that 200 berries or something, or even 1,200, depending on how many you need for the size of your society. It's always just a good thing of, oh, wait, my food's going down. I need to sort this out. It gives you that really, really nice cushion and so a good bit of time to not have to panic. Which is useful because, otherwise you have dead beavers and nobody likes their beavers to die on them. Nobody playing this game likes to see dead beavers. That's going to go and, of course, be the highest priority. After, of course, this is built, needs 14 more logs. Let's go ahead and if we hit play on you and let's hit pause on you, you can go and shift yourself across. As these ones are pretty much keeping the stock going. And, of course, these guys are next to where they need to be. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get this in time. We're going to get it well before the drought comes in. You can go ahead and pause. Have you as an extra worker here, because I do assume, yes, everybody is good. There is one spare beaver. And I mean, you are full. You're all going. You're all building. Ooh, I've hit a bit of inefficiency here. Okay, beautiful. That is built. I will be protected against my first drought. That is fantastic. How are we doing on carrots? 48%. So a couple more days on the carrots. Like I said, they will turn up halfway through my first day of drought. That is almost built. Go ahead and we can unpause you. That's where my spare beaver can go for now. And he can continue to grab us a few more berries. We are just about staying in food. We've got a day's worth left in stock. If he goes and fills himself back up, that'll be closer to 2. And I'm okay with that. We are gathering a nice bit of extra water. And then once that is built, so we can start gathering our carrots. And we've also got an inventor on the go to unlock a few things. For instance, we are going to need a forester very soon, so that we do not completely run out of forest. And, well, then fail on that front, quite frankly. Because if you run out of forest, well, you're not going to be building very much, are you? And so if we come down here to power, we are, of course, going to need a water wheel. I don't like using power wheels. I think it's an affront to beaver nature to stick them in a hamster wheel. And so go and place that there. Oh, nice. We do now have someone in the inventor. We did just have another kit grow up. Yeah, let's focus on the water wheel. I mean, we've still got a day before the carrots are even ready. Oh, never mind. We built the warehouse anyway. Let's go ahead and... You've still got 20 logs, huh? Turns out they are not needing to get to you quite yet. I mean, admittedly, everything is being built over here. But still. Let's go to wood. Let's go to the lumber mill. Can I get any planks before we hit drought? Probably not. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I mean, we do at least have the logs for it, but the day's coming to an end, and it looks like we are hitting our first drought. That's okay. We'll still be able to build a few things. We'll still be able to get a few things in. We can probably... Although we've still actually got a spare beaver once he grows up. And we are... Well, we're actually still a day off. Still at least 25% away. You keep gathering lots of berries. We are getting closer to not having much food. But I think we'll be okay because we've got a few left here. Once we fill ourselves back up, we'll have another day's worth of berries. And then, fingers crossed, our carrots will be ready to harvest. And then, of course, we will have this ready to go. Now, I am actually going to grab yet even more. And I'm going to say these to be top priority. Because none of this can be used until the drought is over. Because we will have no power going through our water wheel. And so, therefore, no power coming into our lumber mill. Now, of course, I could go and build the hamster wheel. But like I said, I think it's an affront to beaver kind everywhere. And we will, of course, very much want to turn these off. Probably maybe a day in, depending on how we're doing. Just because, of course, these are the fastest way to drain the water. And without water, we have no carrots. Yes, let's focus on getting these two built first. I'm even going to go as far as building one more. Yeah, you can keep chucking some more resources in there, that's fine. And now we're chucking some resources in here too. Just go and finish that off. There you go. And we can even, if we turn that on, we definitely, of course, have to have you turned on. Although you are now full. Let's go and pause you. You can drop off a couple. No, in fact, that's 2 beavers that are now spare. Let's go and... Oh, in fact, let's drop you off a couple. Ah, you'll be tomorrow. Let's finish you off where you are in there for the day. Let's get these few little extras built up. So that will be a lumber mill ready to go as soon as we get power. Logs there. You are, in fact, now out of range of everything. You guys are both fine. You can keep gathering. Most definitely be paused. And so, yes, we have to go and get ourselves 60 science. Now, on that, I am very much going to go and build ourselves a second inventor. We are very much going to unpause you. You can lose a worker, and as soon as you have built the inventor, you can lose a second worker. Because, well... Quite frankly, and that can actually probably disappear, I reckon. There's only going to be a few trees coming up here to be harvested. This guy's just fine on his own. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to be doing okay. We are past day 1. We still have about half a level of water. I'll keep the pumps going for today. And we are now gathering in those carrots. We are down to just 3 berries. Of course, we do have some more available to be harvested. So we've done really well on that point, I think. And so... go and knock off 2 of you guys again. Let's put one of you in the gatherers. Yep, cool. He's going to pick up those berries. Nice, and we do now have carrots in stock as well. So we should be good on the food front. We have 202 water and counting. We should be doing really nicely on that front as well. I'm going to go ahead and pause 1 pump. That gives us someone to spare. Now, we do have lots of wood. Now, of course, we can't really unlock anything. That's fair. we do need 10 logs and 7 planks. So in other words, 17 logs, because that's what it will take once we get this going. And so with that, I suppose I could start thinking of housing, although I generally want the double lodge, which is going to cost me 150 science. I don't think there's really much else I can think of starting to prep. Of course, let's go and get a teeth grindstone. I'm going to go and put that in there. We are probably going to get broken teeth at some point soon. Let's have that being built. Nobody wants broken teeth. And I could give them a social life. They won't have any shelter, but they'd have a social life. No, let's not go ahead and do that. And I suppose I could get some housing going. I mean, it's not as efficient as getting the bigger housing going. But it would give some of my beavers somewhere to sleep. And then how are we looking? Water is looking pretty good. We do have 3 days left, though. I am going to go and pause this. Let's stick the 2 of you back in here. And you know what? Yep, let's go and throw down some housing. Like I said, I need 17, so I'm going to keep that at 20. We do have a couple of days of gathering left. We haven't got a huge amount of resources to gather. We've got a couple of days of it. And so, I mean, now I kind of want this out of the way. So I'm going to put these back here for now. I will probably at some point later in the series rebuild all of this. But let's go. Happy to spend 24 wood, and let's give 6. That's half of my beavers some shelter. I was about to say, wow, we're getting some well-being, but of course, they're eating carrots. And beavers love carrots. You wouldn't have thought it, folks, but beavers love carrots. And then, yep, I can get 2 more opposite here. We will just, of course, keep an eye on our logs. Go ahead and fast forward. I think we've got this. Keeping, of course, an eye on our water as well. Keep an eye on our river level. You're chock full of logs. Well, people just need to go and use a few more logs, eh? I am going to very happily build the rest of my shelter. It will technically put me down onto about 10 logs left, but to be honest with you, yes, let's get this guy some space to go and grab some more logs. Oh no. Oh no, 3 beavers. Because of 1 log, 3 beavers will be sleeping outside. Way, the beavers are happier than ever, up to happiness level of 4. Still got 3 beavers sleeping outside, unfortunately. There you go, now they will have shelter. We are up to 23 logs. We still have a 2 days worth of drought to go. You know what? I am going to get the first bit of expansion ready. We're going to get 3 more beavers. Not a problem in terms of any of our levels. I mean, that will make it, well, one of these isn't quite big enough for a day. That's fine. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we just count these and we call it 7 days and we ignore these, of course, once they're full. So I do have enough to, let's just say 7 days for the 15 beavers. That just about works out, like I said, with the pumps. And so, yeah, I mean, I still do want probably another several of these. Where, hey, the beavers are as happy as they're going to be right now. Let's go ahead and what do we got? We got 24. Like I said, we do need about 17, give or take. Guy is still so full of logs, it's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and build yet another small tank and yet another small tank. That will be water, and that will be water. Now, of course, they're not going to get filled anytime soon because we don't have the pumps running. And of course, what I could also do as well is, in fact, just build myself a large bit of storage. And the logs can actually start to be gathered. let's go and chuck that in there. Let's go and make it for logs. And then there's not going to be any of those problems. I'm going to go ahead and unpause both of these. You can be paused because you definitely have nothing to do. Keep the carrots going. And we can now pause an inventor as well. That allows both of our pumps to start going. And of course, as soon as this starts moving, we can get this going as well. Oh, nothing to do in range. Oh, wow, they have stripped things pretty well. Let's go and pause this guy. We've got 25 left. And let us... We want to go and grab... We want a forester. I want him to be able to cover a good amount of the land. I don't think I'm going to be replanting anything down here. But planting up here is definitely good. That gets us in the valley as well, which is good. Because I think I want to flood that later and maybe put some mangroves in there, maybe. Let's go ahead and unlock the forester. That will get us a nice bit of forestry on the go. Go ahead and I'm going to put some pines down with some oak. I will eventually, of course, it will be all oak, as I always do. But I think at this point, we most definitely need to get some pine down for a bit of faster growth. Okay, we need one more plank. There you go. I think that's just gone and been made. Absolutely beautiful. No available workers. Let's go and take one away from there. There's no building going on, so that's not a problem. So now we do have an available worker, but I don't know where he is. No, we're still claiming no available workers. What is going... Oh, somebody died of old age already. That's unfortunate. Let's go and... We're going to momentarily pause you. So that will get me a worker. Yes, that's right. Get planting all of those wonderful trees. And so now hopefully my forestry area will be more secure going forward. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to leave the episode there because we have managed to survive our first drought. And I think it went really well. Our carrot industry is booming. We are almost full on carrots. We have just started our first tiny bit of expansion. A little bit of science to play with. And we have started to think of our forester and replanting those beautiful, beautiful trees, which are, of course, are the cornerstone of any beaver society. Like I said, we're going to leave it there. We have managed to survive our first drought. And as you saw, that was about 5 days of temperate weather, 5 days of drought. And so I'm sure I will have another drought in about another 4 days. So I need to think about what is important and what I need to get done. Because, of course, in about another 2 or 3 cycles, I will also most probably be having a bad tide. Which, you know, hey, should be lots of fun. And so, as I said on that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, as per always, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.